Being a transfer student, definitely the like getting to graduate school part, at least looking at it now, it was definitely most influential in that getting to here part. I think that maybe once I graduate and get my PhD, I'll have a different view and think, oh no, being a transfer student was also really important when I was a graduate student. Mm-hmm. I'm going to start with that one first, with the being a graduate student, and how being a transfer student has influenced the current being a graduate student part. It's definitely influenced how I view education, and it's definitely influenced how I view science in terms of I'm very much the I don't take little inches like of progress. Like I need larger steps. I can't do tiny tiptoes. Mm-hmm. And I know it's because of like I've been in here for so long. It took me 6 years to get my degree. Now I'm a third year. I've been doing school for 9 years, post, K through 12. And it's like, and people are still this slow. So that's definitely played a role in it, in recognizing, like, seeing, like, basically younger versions of myself, like other, recent transfer students now trying to navigate through undergrad, seeing that and recognizing that, nothing has changed from my experience to the fact that, like, we're all still struggling. That deeply influences me in terms of, like, we need to fix this. But as at the time, an undergraduate going from transfer to then applying to and getting into graduate school, yeah, that was hard. It was really, really hard. And I guess now I know of a single person who said it was easy, but before that, every single person I knew, we all agreed it was difficult. My closest friends, all of us actually came from the same community college, but we were all there at different times, and so we had no idea each other existed until we all got into the same research lab. And then we looked around and realized 90% of this lab is transfer students. And I have yet to experience that ever again, which is heartbreaking, but also I think it shows that there are instances where that can happen. And so that brings me a sense of hope. But it was really difficult because every transfer student knows it feels like you're coming in late. Everyone already knows all the professors. It's like they're on a first name basis with professors. And I'm like, I don't even know this person's name. I don't know what office I'm supposed to go to. This is a whole new campus. I don't even know. People are like wearing totally different clothes here. What? It's just across town. Everything's different. Absolutely everything. And it feels like it's just another barrier to come across when there's so many. It's just like simply the social barrier. Everyone already has all their friends. And so it's really, really difficult to get accustomed to it. But I think that because of how difficult it was, it allowed me to like persevere just that much further, because it wasn't easy, because it's never been easy getting into education or in science generally, especially if you have to be a transfer student. Likely odds are like education hasn't been the easy route. So it's because of like all of these years of just working, it never made sense to be like, okay, well, of course it's going to be easy here. It's just like, all right, now I need to continue working hard. Well, that's all I know how to do anyhow. I already know that like if everyone else is working at like level 8, I have to be working at level 12, which is unfortunate. But since you're already working at level 12, you're kind of just used to it. So it just kind of keeps going. So you kind of have this, I never took physics, but kind of like in physics where it's like, but yeah, if you're working at level 12, you're going to just kind of continue staying at the pace. The idea of an object in motion will stay in motion, that is also very true for just working through life. Mm-hmm. I think that over the years that I was like working in science, getting more experience, doing internships, or actually even getting other jobs outside of, science or academia, whenever I would talk about being a transfer student, there was like a part of me that felt a sense of shame almost saying that. I don't know if that's anything any other transfer student experiences, but in the beginning part, it felt like that. Because I felt like I was like wearing like a badge of like, I'm different. But ultimately, especially once I started getting to the grad interview stage, when I said, oh, I was a transfer student, it like people raised their eyebrows and were like amazed and shocked at the fact that I was able to get this far, which one is heartbreaking, but two is something that actually built my confidence. Like, it wasn't anything I should be ashamed of. It was something that I should have a sense of pride in. Like, I worked my ass off for this long. It goes to show, like, I'm not going to give up just because it gets difficult. Duh. It's been difficult since day one for me. And I'm still here. It took me 6 years to get my bachelor's, but I'm still here. It may have taken me a lot longer to get in a research lab than, say, some of my peers, but I'm still here. And I have all of the, all the credentials to prove that I can still succeed. And it doesn't matter that as a transfer student in terms of, like, it didn't hold me back. It was difficult, and it definitely made things not easy at times, but it didn't prevent me from progressing, because I didn't prevent myself from progressing because I was a transfer student. So it was hard, and we all know it's hard. But once you sort of break beyond the stage where it stops being like a sense of, or like a source of shame almost, once you get beyond that, then you can recognize it for what it truly is, which is, oh, fuck, I can handle this. Or, oh. No, it's like, oh no, I shouldn't pass. Like, I can handle this. I can do this. This is something I'm fully capable of doing because I've done all of this before. Hell, I transferred. I moved from one place to another. I went from one totally different ecosystem to another, and it's different than going from high school to college. It's a totally different league. And I think that goes to show anyone who's, either going to be a future employer, a future PI, a future, advisor, that, hey, this student's made of, like, hardy stuff. Like, this one is going to be able to make it through the long run, which is what they want to see and what you want for yourself, that you can make it through the long run. And not everyone can do that. But I think once you're a transfer student and you get to this grad stage, you know that you're made of something different. So you can handle it. Not everyone else is, and that's okay. Not everyone's built for this, but if you can get here, then I think it's a sign that you're built for it.